Hi guys, today we're going to talk about compounding interest and as it relates to what we were talking about yesterday, Bitcoin mining. So it's one of my favorite things to look at as far as when you're trying to make money is if you're able to compound the money that you make into a larger pool and repeat that process by just redoing it day after day after day. And as we talked about yesterday, Bitcoin mining is basically the computers that keep track of the Bitcoin. They keep track of all the transactions and everything. And they have mining farms out there, and each transaction that's done, the miner or the computer gets a little fraction of that, and then that fraction of the transaction fee, so to speak, adds up to money, and that's how they have money to buy these farms, and that's why they build these mining farms so that they can mine these cryptocurrencies. So that's just a brief overview of what a mining farm is. Now moving on to compound interest. This was a quote that a lot of you probably have heard before, but Einstein said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, and he's just amazed by when you compound things, basically reinvest your money back into them, how much difference that can make over time as long as you have consistency and time. That's when the magic happens. So let's go over to my Hashflare account, and this is my account, and as of the video yesterday, I got paid again. You get paid here daily from Hashflare when they do the mining. So each day, depending upon how much computing power that you have or terahash, you will get paid daily in Bitcoin. And so this is a kind of a representation of how much you'll get paid based on your computing power. So this says $134 a day, $4,000 a month, $49,000 a year. And now there is a fees that come out of this, which is approximately 18%. So those fees need to be taken out of this number. 18% needs to be taken away from this number. But this is the total number, including the fees, with the fees. Okay, well let's talk about compounding. Let's run a few numbers. Let's say that you wanted to come into this and you wanted to purchase some terahash power so you could do some Bitcoin mining. And so like the example that we used the other day, I'm going to take that up to approximately $1,000. So here we have $1,000 worth of computing power, which is 4,600 gigahash. So we're going to go over to our calculator. And I put those numbers in here again today. And here's the 18% fees that I mentioned yesterday. Got to update this number. If you guys come to the site, which I will include in the description, you want to make sure that power is 0 and that this number is 0. And then just put in right now they're running at 18% fees. So you can put those numbers in. Bitcoin's at approximately 16.6 at this time. And so I'm going to hit recalculate. Okay, so these came in at 0. And it says here that it's going to take about 120 days to break even. And down here it gives you estimates how much you would make, per day, per week, per month, and per year, based on your $1,000 investment into the hardware. All right, so that's basically the numbers, and that's fine. And the assumption here is that you put that money to work for you. You put that $1,000 to work, and then you do nothing for a whole year. This is a 1-year contract that you're leasing the computer equipment for. And so you do nothing, and at the end of that time, your profit is going to be approximately $3,000 if everything stays the same. The price of Bitcoin might go up, might go down. The Bitcoin difficulty might go up, might go down. Over time, the difficulty goes up, which means less money. So there are those factors that go into this calculation. But you have to start your calculation somewhere, and so that's where we're at today. Now I want to take you over here to a little spreadsheet that I've got And what I did was I took the amount of money that is being generated per day based on the $1,000 and the total investment. And basically I came up with a number of 80, it's less than 1%, so it's, 0.83% basically is kind of the return on the investment based on these numbers right here. So it's less, you're kind of getting less than 1% a day back on the investment based on these numbers. And so I put that in here in this little calculator, and here's the $1,000, and there's the amount of return that we're getting based on the numbers of today, which could change in the future and will change. And it says that over a period of a year, you would get approximately $3,029, which is very close to this example here. So there again, the spreadsheet is just for example purposes. It's not exact. Everybody understands that, I hope. So if you did absolutely nothing, you would get a return of that based on these numbers. Now, what about compounding? Now, this is what the spreadsheet's going to do. The spreadsheet is designed to every day put the money that you earned and showing up. It's called interest in this case. So it's not interest as far as the mining go. It's just a payment for your mining. This particular calculator is calling it interest. But it is the approximate fee that you get for your mining based on your computer power. And so what it's doing is taking this and what you made that day, it's adding it into the total of the next day. And then the next day, now you have more computing power, so you make a little bit more the next day. And then it adds it to the next line. Then it adds it to the next line, and so on and so forth, all the way as far as you want to look out. So at the end of a month, instead of having $1,000 worth of computing power, now you have $1,200 worth of computing power. And you're making approximately $10 a day. And so you can go out here and look and see as the months go by. Month 4, now you have this much computing power, and you're making approximately this much per day. It's because each day you're reinvesting that money into more computing power. Hopefully that makes sense. So you can run out here to 6 months and see that now you've got $4,300 worth of computing power, making approximately $36 a day. I'm going to take it out to about a year, just so you can see. Reimbursement 165. Okay, here's 1 year. So at the end of the year, if you put your money back into computing power every day, then at the end of the year, that $1,000 turns into approximately $20,000 worth of money working for you, and your daily payment would be $168, based upon our assumptions that we made in the beginning. So that's the power of compounding. So if you go back to here, if you do absolutely nothing, just sit back and watch, you're going to get approximately this number. But if you compound every day, you can end up with a number that's far greater than that, just by the power of compounding. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what can happen here. And then if we look at a bigger example, this is if you wanted to put in more money and buy more computing power, to buy yourself 100 terahash, which would be, basically if you ran this thing out all the way out to the max, $22,000. You can see that the numbers are obviously going to be bigger out here, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly type of numbers. And then if you want to, you can go back here to the calculator, and you can change this number to whatever you want. Oops. So, and then, the numbers adjust accordingly, and you can continue with the compounding, on down the way, and bigger numbers give you bigger results. So you can come over to the calculator and you can put in whatever amount you want, and the numbers will change, and you can just play around with that, wherever you want to start at. Okay. Right here, you'll see this button right up here. It says reinvest. So what this allows you to do is to automate your compounding. So when you click this button here, it allows you to come in here and you can decide if you want to have them every day when you get your new payment of your money that you earn from mining. You can click to automatically have it reinvested into the Bitcoin mining, which is the SHA-256. That is the Bitcoin miners. And so if you click this button and hit save, then that will automatically do the compound for you, and then you sit back and you do nothing, and it'll just compound day after day after day after day, and you don't really have to take any action at that time. Or you can do it manually every day, whichever one you like. Now I'm going to show you how to, I've got some money that I've been making. Today I made $134. So I'm going to reinvest today. I'm going to show you how that goes. And so I'm going to do 500 gigahash reinvestment today, which is approximately $110. And so you just run your thing over here to wherever you want. So I've got it set at 500 already, and proceed. All right, everything looks good here. It's the SHA-256, which is the Bitcoin. I'm going to select my payment method. And I'm going to pay from balance. And there's the numbers. Everything looks good. You hit confirm. And all right. So previously down here was 64.50.56. Now it's 65.06 terahash. Just reinvested, or compounding if you like. And so tomorrow I've got more computer power, and I'm going to add to my daily mining profits right there. So that's how you do it. It's as simple as that. You can do it manually, or you can use this button and have it done on autopilot. That's pretty cool. And as always, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not recommending that you take this as an investment. I'm just showing you what I do. You can do whatever you want. Do your own research, and never invest more than you're willing to risk. If you guys want to sign up and check out Hashflare for yourself, the link will be down in the description. Go ahead and you can click on it and get signed up. It's pretty easy. You'll land on a page like this, and you can just fill in stuff. It's pretty easy to get this done, and you can look around on the website and check out what's going on. If you guys liked the calculator and would be interested in a copy of it, I might make that available if there's enough interest in it. Just leave a comment down below, and if there is enough interest in it, I'll probably put a link in it in my next video, which I'll probably do tomorrow or the next day. So let me know if you'd like a copy of it, and I'll get some way to put a link up or do something